Welcome back. Don't know why I did that. Welcome back to Let's Play Rune Factory Oceans. You couldn't see that, but I was looking at my wrist like I'm looking at a watch, but I don't have a watch on. So I was like, what the hell am I doing? I don't know, I was like trying to be like, oh yeah, it's I don't even know how the hell that would work into saying that it has been over a month since I last recorded.
Rune Factory!
Man, I don't know where the fuck to begin. So November 11th, it's the 29th of December. I was originally going to wait till the new year to continue any recording. The last recording I did for any LP was Shining Force, and that was late-ish in November, like 22nd or something like that, I can't remember. And, I was working on the New Year montage, and I completed that kind of early on in December, so I haven't really done much else. I just kind of done all the music for the montage video. Hour 39 minutes. Never again. After that montage video, I'm never making a montage video of such a length ever again. Going back to basics. Also, depending on how we go for time in this part, I might include the Rune Factory Ocean section of the montage video at the end of the video. It will have if I do that, it'd be the start of it would be blank because the music for the Rune Factory Ocean section starts with the Spirit Song theme, which I figured out. It's I felt I liked how some of the montage video turned out, but I feel like the bits where I play off of a melody in the game was kind of But I did figure out how to play it, it's it. It's I figured it out in this very LP as well. When I was like, oh yeah, it's in A major when I hear Aden singing it at the shrine, but no, it's in D major. And I'm not sure if there's actually any accompanying chords, but I figured a way to incorporate them. There's A, G major, and I can't remember actually what it was, but it included those chords. Sounds very dramatic on guitar, adding in those chords.
I want a tart.
But yeah, and at the end of it as well will also be blank because I did this I've got Ableton, which is for doing music recording and all that, but it's primarily the main focus of it, some of it anyway, is MIDI instruments. And I don't have a MIDI keyboard, but I kind of see how it works. You can just use laptop keyboard, to just do all the play the notes. And I did the piano thing. It was just went through the C major scale. I was oh, this is kind of neat. It's got some neat sounds on it. I'm pretty sure that the guy who made Yume Nikki definitely probably used that software, because some of the sounds you can use sound identical to the ones in Yume Nikki. So he must have used Ableton. Or at least the program that had the same sounds. Anyway. It's kind of interesting. So yeah. I also, this music right here, in the montage video, I didn't figure out the chords, so I just kind of improvised it. But I kind of figured out the melody, doo 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 doo, and it just sounds chaotic a bit. It's a bit of a mess. Mostly improvised. Those are the only two melodies. That and the Spirit Song, the only ones I bothered doing for the montage video. Everything else is just complete original improv. The acoustic bit in it, because there's some acoustic guitar improv, and it sounds like ass because for whatever reason my microphone sounds like shit. And I think it might be the microphone itself, but I'm starting to wonder if maybe it's a driver on this laptop that kind of makes the audio sound like shit, because I've done acoustic guitar recording on my old laptop in the past, and it sounded fine. It just sounds terrible on this laptop. So there's that, and then this is kick-ass original, well, not constantly, but a few key changes in this kind of guitar improv I did. Has a rock feel to it. That reminds me of the one I did in the video montage when it was still LP and Muller free. I remember a section where it had a sound like that, but it didn't have loads of key changes, and I liked how it sounds. So that's pretty much summing up that section.
Hey there. Hey there.
That's quite a weapon you got there. I think I could blow it down.
Hey there. What should I do for fun today? Oh, hello.
You're looking mighty energetic. That's what I like to see.
Hey there, you fish, you son of a bitch.
Oh, hello. I see the two of you are doing well. What should I do?
You know what? We've done this before, but it's jam. Now, one other thing I did in the montage video is I actually did use my bass guitar. It wasn't at all in the Rune Factory Ocean section. And it just sounds weird. I don't know if I'm just not setting it up right on the Ableton software. But when I like play my bass guitar, it just has a really odd sound. I mean, granted, I think I added chorus to it, so it's gonna sound a bit different. But the tone is just a bit odd. And, you know, I was also playing bass like a freaking lead instrument instead of being like, you know, like, I've got my electric guitar here, but, you know, when you play bass guitar, you know, you can have some cool little licks and all that, but you don't play it like a lead instrument, because like, you can't just be like... I mean, I didn't play it like that, but you get the idea. I was playing it more like a lead guitar when it's supposed to be, you know, and I was playing guitar over it as well. I played the bass first, and that kind of made it a bit confusing. I was like, fuck, what the hell do I play over this? Anyways, let's jam. What key are we gonna play? This is a new one. Yeah, you didn't give me enough time there. I think it was in G major, E minor. Just as I figured it out. Oh well.
Hello. I see you two are rushing around busily as always.
I asked my customer to find more restaurants here. I was like, oh, yeah, blah. It's 7 p.m. There's nothing to do. But I uploaded the previous part just the other day, and I can't really remember. Like, granted, I feel like part of it's because I don't.
Hello. It's a busy day for me.
Because I haven't been watching the videos all the way through half the time. But most of the recent uploads, I guess. So, like, I just, like, browse through them and be like, okay, gotta put a video description together. But not, like, watch the whole video through. Sometimes I do, but... I mean, the past few days I've just been reading and listening to music. Because I got a whole lot of albums for Christmas. Got pretty much all 3 albums from the Ronnie James Dio era of Rainbow, along with 3 of their albums after that era, which I can see why like they left on creative differences, because when they, after the Dio era, their songs have a more commercial sound to it. I mean, they're not bad, but it's definitely a different tone. And then I've got 5 of Dio's albums, and I got 2 Iron Maiden albums that I haven't given a listen to yet, which are Power Slave and Seventh Son of a Seventh Son, because those are the 2 CDs albums that I've had songs that I've learnt from my guitar teacher over the years on, like Infinite Dreams, Back in the Village, Big Aura. So I was like, you know what, I might as well just buy those albums and give them a listen. And by buy them, I mean get them for Christmas. I ordered some cakes in from the continent and happen to nibble on, and I'm hooked. Ha 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 ha, cakes.
Hello. Are you going somewhere today?
Once a day, and I had a big arm, and if she came back, I told you this before, I can't be asked to feed. I am the lucky lotto, of course. Got the pumpkin head, I remember now. Now, I don't have any other lottery tickets, do I? Used them all up. Yeah. I mean, I remember where I left off. We're still looking for that insect skin. Just gonna chill here till maybe 9, I don't know. There's nothing to do, you know? It's just like, I mean, if you ever pay any attention to the video descriptions, I've got a routine when it comes to this LP. It's like, continuing on from the previous part, I have no idea when I started using that phrase to introduce every video description that I ever tend to do, with some exceptions. I don't know when I started doing that, but it's become a habit. And they'd be like, I start another day by going about my usual morning routine of talking to everyone on the islands. Every single time, because that's pretty much sums it up. It's just like the video description just describes everything of note that happens in recording, and that's pretty much what happens. Do my morning routine, talk to everyone on the island, then I go check on my monsters and my crops, and then I might go out do like some battling or that. It's kind of, you know, repetitive, both the game itself and the video description, because that's really all that ever happens. There are a few exceptions, of course, the branch of events. Those change things up a bit. And then there's, what else is there? You know, there was, oh, it's 9 PM. There's, you know, like, when we, you know, have to clear, one of the shrines and defeat the bosses. It's freaking ever, but we finally got through the flames for a shrine a while back. Quite a while back for me, because that was back in November, maybe even October when I did that, but it's probably 13 minutes in, coming up to 14 minutes, and we're only just getting started. And it's a rainy day.
Good morning.
Rainy day,
And it's been kind of,
what a nice aroma.
you know, quite a bit rainy and windy lately. Storm Bella.
Good morning.
So, not all that different.
What a lovely morning.
I clean thoroughly because our guests about our guests to deal with.
Morning. Good morning. Another day to do our best.
Hey, that pendant's real stylish. What pendant is it? I forget. What pendant? It's a freaking gold ring. That's not a pendant. Oh wait, no, never mind. Star pendant. Yeah, that is stylish. I don't know why I thought she was talking about the gold ring.
So, you are hard at work this morning. Excellent.
My plans for conquering the world are, as yet being formulated. Do not rush me. You can put it off forever as far as I'm concerned. I mean, Pandora's quest for world domination is going about the same pace as everything else in this game.
Oh, good morning, you two.
How are your adventures at sea? You should tell my mother about them.
Morning.
If you're tired, a bath will take away your fatigue. But I've heard it's not good to take a bath too often. Once a day is just right.
Good morning. I wonder what we'll be having for lunch. It's so fun to think about.
It doesn't matter if it's a weekday or the weekend. I'm out in my house every day of the week. After all, you never know when you're going to find treasure. Now, despite Beatrix being like, you know, the go-to character when I'm video editing to sync up the audio, sometimes it doesn't go to plan. Because, like, I've noticed in some videos, the audio goes out of sync partway through, and I don't notice it till I'm already completed editing. Which it isn't really. It's like, I'll be halfway through a video, it's all in sync, and then we'll go out of sync. And then,
good morning. I do hope you'll have a good day.
and then I'll fix the syncing by like moving it along, but then it makes the early part of the video go out of sync. I don't know how that happens. I mean, I could understand it on my old laptop, but when it happens on this laptop, it just kind of catches me off guard, and I don't realize it until it's too late. Or rather, I realize it, and I'm just like, I can't be lost. I make sure to work out every single day. It's very important to keep both your mind and body healthy.
Good morning!
Every morning after my bath, I help clean chairs. But your aunt says you can only clean if you clean.
Good morning.
At the bath time, I'm always with my sister.
Hello!
Morning there! Let's have a great day!
I hate this weather.
Hey, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed? That's how young folk ought to be.
Oh, yeah, but give me company. I got some done here. Oh, my God. The spirits. Now let's go have some spirits. Ho ho, welcome, welcome. It's a bit dirty, but get back and relax. So this is your place, old man. That means all the stuff stuff that you collect.
Hey!
You got a good eye. They're all indeed things I found during my days on the high seas. This one I got from the stomach of a giant octopus monster. This one here belongs to an orchid. Is this a pirate flag?
What the?
Well, let's Alright, sorry kid, but I've gotta be doing. Just remember something I have to do. Or maybe next time. Hints that Bacchus is past. Maybe he once had a pirate group. I can't remember. You know, Lily, as the three sisters in, just seeing her gentle smiles puts my heart at rest. I hear that travelers come out of their. Wait, what? Come out? Shouldn't it be go out? Go out of their way. Wait. I hear that travelers come out of their way to this island just to see her. I hear that travelers come out. I can't tell if that's a mistake or not. It doesn't quite sound right. That's one thing I always do with my videos when uploading, is like I'll write out the video description, then I'll copy and paste it, and as it's uploading, I will check it for, like, you know, any spelling mistakes, grammar errors. But of course, I'm not really all that great at it, and I should really, you know, look at my freaking dictionary and thesaurus to get some new words, because I repeat the same shit over and over in my video descriptions. Right now, as far as writing goes, I've, like, you know, I've got ideas for stories and shit and all that. But, you know, it all comes down to one thing that always, like, makes it not really happen, and that's simply, I just cannot be bothered. It's like, you gotta have the motivation, man. It's like that story I've mentioned throughout the years that I've been on and off writing. It's like, I'll even think up new ideas for the story. It's like, okay, this could work for that character's backstory, but I haven't added anything to it, like any writing done for it, in probably 2 years or so. I don't know. Just like, haven't really got back around to it. It's like, I guess because like at some point I was like, you know what? It's like, I've had the idea for how I've had the ending of the story planned out for years, and I was like, you know what, it's kind of bleh, the whole thing is a bit. I was like not really satisfied with what I really thought about how the story's gotta play out towards the end. It was like, it's kind of just seems a bit meh. So that's kind of part of the reason I haven't added much to it. Just like, how can I make this work? Because it feels convoluted as all hell. It's like I got these two characters that are like, because I want to, like, partway through is like, you know what if I made it into a visual novel? So, you know, incorporate two Japanese characters. And I was like, well, the setting is in the UK, and it's pretty much like the two characters had parents that were kind of like a Romeo and Juliet. They were like, they left Japan because their parents didn't approve, and the guy got the woman pregnant, and they were like, they would not approve of it. So they got on a ship and somehow end up in the UK, and I'm not sure how the fuck that would work, for example. You'd be like, yeah, fair enough, it was like, took place in, you know, North America. Like, okay, you arrived on that, you know, the east coast of America. But no, it takes place in the UK. So it's like, how the fuck do you travel from Japan by sea to the UK? And it's just like, it was like, that seems like a plot hole. How the hell would they manage that? They'd have to have a few stopping points. And it's like, it's all so confusing. I mean, it's just like, I don't know.
Good morning to the both of you.
Happy to good day. On weekdays I patrol the island. I make sure not even a single patch of the island goes under. I know when it comes to stories as well, like I said, I've got other story ideas here and there. One story was inspired by a weird surreal dream I had, but I've not really started work on that story because I'm like, how would I even start a story like that? But the idea is interesting.
Morning! Morning! Hope it's a good day.
I've heard there's this town where there's a flower that freezes itself after growing. I'd love to see that. It's like, you're gonna leave us hanging there? What's the story? It's like I had a weird dream and it's surreal and I don't know how. I can't remember the dream fully because it was ages ago. But I was like on like a motorway highway or something like that. And there was like these big monitors and like, you know, like a cinema, you got all those chairs. There were like loads of people just sitting there on these chairs on a motorway. It looked like a motorway. Can't remember. It was surreal. And I was handed some sheet of paper with a list of all the names. And I don't know how, but when I woke up, I was like, story idea. It's like, that sounds like you cannot take a dream that's absurd and turn it into a story that actually sounds you know, kind of, decent. But I was like, you know what? The names on this list, like, I can't remember if it happened in a dream, whether, like, there were names crossed out in the dream or not. But the idea was, protagonist of this story is like a vagabond, They just, like, I'd have it take place maybe in the US, I guess. Like, they kind of go from state to state. And they just, like, stumbles upon, this cult. Doesn't really fully realize it's a cult at first. But they're, like, handing out, like, well, not handing out, but, like, he gets a look at this sheet of paper, all the names, like, this cult recruiter, if you will, ends up, like, handing him a list and, like, sees all the names. And he's like, he's not interested. But then he sees a name grayed out or something, and he's like, why is this name grayed out? And the other person can't see it, so he's curious. He's intrigued. And he ends up kind of joining with this. And basically the idea is, this list of people, any name can become grayed out or crossed out or whatever. And the reason for it is to indicate that that person is going to die. And it's just like, okay. But to make it interesting as the story goes on, like, the character that is grayed out at first, it doesn't quite go like I just said. Because it'd be like, the grayed out name eventually becomes, just a normal name, and that person doesn't die. So it's like, it's kind of like psych you out. It's like, haha, no it isn't. But then later on it does happen, and it's like, wait a minute, that could mean only one thing. That's the protagonist, someone somehow prevented that person from dying, and then it moved on to the next person in the list who was going to die. And so on and so forth, and it's just like, it's a weird idea, but I've had ideas for the story it could maybe work. I'm not sure how to explain how the protagonist could see this, list like that, but it would be an interesting story, Guy joins a cult, and there's like some mysterious shit going on, and there's people dying under mysterious circumstances. And the protagonist soon learns that the grayed out names implied on the sheet of paper imply that a person is going to die. But sometimes they don't, and it just leads you to wonder, what did they do that prevented it from happening? It's like I had like an example in mind, like because like the cult moves to like some remote island or something. That's generally that in my mind. And for example, they'd be like having a they have a bonfire out, they're just chilling, and then there's like the protagonist keeping an eye on the guy who's like, on the list, who's grayed out, so it's like, he could die. So how could I prevent that? Of course he doesn't realize that, and this is before that really kicks in. Then some guy like comes around the corner. I mean, this is getting really convoluted and long here, but comes around the corner, and then the protagonist like acknowledges him. It's like, hey, insert name here. And then the person who was going to die turns around and it's like, oh, it's you. And then they look at the list again later on and notice that the name's no longer grayed out and they didn't die. So it's like, okay, so did that person that was approaching them from behind, were they going to kill that person? And did they prevent it by being there? And the kind of idea I had in my mind, it wouldn't actually explain it in the story, but I'd kind of be like, you know what? What if it was that character had a fragile heart, and that person approaching from behind and like being like, hey, they would have like caught them off guard and they would have got into cardiac arrest and died, and that's why they were on the list. But because they acknowledged that approaching from behind, they knew they were approaching from behind, so didn't get, surprised. Just like have a kind of general idea like that at first, but there is like, some mysterious shit going on. Because, if we're gonna have a setting where it's a cult, shady shit's going down. It's like I've already got an idea for how, villains of the story would go, to an extent.
Sorry to interrupt your work.
But I haven't really even started right now, because I'm like, yeah, it's an interesting idea, but it's just one of those ideas where you have a story idea, but you don't actually get to work on it.
You These must be morning people.
The other day the sales girl wasn't watching the store, so I thought it was malfunction. But it turned out it was a holiday, so he was just resting. I just spent weekdays and holidays inside the house, so I completely forgot it was a holiday.
Good morning, you two.
I went to a place called Water City. Rather than walk, they use boats to get around. It's fun, but it takes quite a while to get to where you want to go sometimes. Talk to everyone, right? Oh wait, I don't think I've talked to Violet. We're gonna talk to Violet. There we go, check on the monsters, you know, the usual hits. You know, it makes me wonder though, all that rambling that I did, will I include that in the video description or will I just be like skimming through the video? It's like, okay, so it looks like I was like, did my usual morning routine. I paused here for whatever reason, but it's, I'm just skip over that. And it's like, write it as the usual shit. It's like, morning routine, and then I did the masters of things, you got box bands and all that. No acknowledgement of, yeah, and I went on a lengthy ramble about story ideas.
Good morning. So, you're a bird?
This island has been guarded by arch dragons for as long as anyone can remember. I don't have to mention it, but I'm still a little sad. Tedious, tedious, tedious. That's another thing that bothers me. It's like when I was doing the New Year montage, the last bit I added was just the other day, like the ending. Because I was like, you know what, 2020, it's still 2020. 2020 has been an absolute shit year. I think pretty much most people would agree on that. That 2020 has been an absolutely shit year. And so I was like, you know what, I can't be asked to do a song. I'd had thought of ideas for a song, but I ultimately didn't end up putting a song together. So it's like, just like have like at the end be like, 2020 sucks! And my voice just does not sound great for vocals. So I just like, well, it sounds like I'm doing the New Year montage melody that like had reoccurring in the New Year montages since the very first one.
It's midday.
Kind of there, but then when I went, it was like, okay, that probably went out of key. That's the trouble with me. It's like I sing randomly all the time. But when it comes to, you know, actually singing without music, or, you know, trying to sing my own original songs and shit like that, it's kind of like, you know, not much confidence in my voice, so I end up being like, how, I don't even know how to sing, kind of thing now. What? There. Thank you. Where are my monsters at? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Venom. This video is going to be long because it's going to include the montage video at the end of this part. I haven't even saved the bloody thing yet. It's still currently like pretty much like, you know, in project form, you know? You know, where you're like, you've got it edited, you got the edit saved, but you haven't saved it as a video. so much music I have to do for, you know, an hour, 38 minutes. And I found it kind of amusing listening to those albums that I said I got for Christmas. It's like most of those albums are like, combine all the songs together, like under 40 minutes long. Me, I freaking did music for the montage video, hour 39 minutes long. Granted, a lot of it's just improvised, but that's still a lot of music, you know? It's like if I, you know, knew how to freaking, you know, do drums as well, I'd add drums, but I'm not very confident when it comes to, you know, trying to, of course. You know, it's just like I'll use a drum machine or, it's like my keyboard, for example, has a drum settings. But, you know, pressing a key to play part of a drum set, whatever, you know, for percussion, it doesn't quite work for me, because I don't really know how to approach it like that. Once had a drum kit, and, you know, when you're behind an actual drum kit, it feels natural, but it doesn't feel natural to press down on a key and get a drum sound, so I can't really create. I feel like, anyway, that I can't create, you know, proper, you know, percussion track, you know?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Of course. You know what? You might as well join us in our battle. And you. Let's try to get that bloody insect skin and go it apart. I'm surprised, honestly, that I can remember the controls at all. We've got ants, we got birds, but ants are the most important. Ow. Ow! That mildly hurts. Trouble is, they're so close together that it makes it hard to not act. Oh wait, you dropped something. You dropped something? No. Who dropped what? Is that it? I don't see insect jaw. Nine, out. Drop talon. Ow. Ow, and ow. Bring out the ants now. Look, I haven't got time for dealing with these guys. I'm here for the ants. Fuck you guys. Kind of a pain in the ass, it's too closed in. So I could easily destroy the spawn bots. Poison! Ow. Come on, Ant-Mans! And my monsters are absolutely going to town on these spawners even without monsters. Don't destroy it yet, you still got ants. No, you fools! Ow! We didn't get no ants. Lame, guys, lame. When are we ever gonna get that freaking insect skin? What I guess I'll do for this part, like I've got to record another part immediately after, and I'm going to go straight back to the island. We need that insect skin. So I'll add the montage section at the end of this video, and I'll see you next time. See you next time. Bye.